Hey, pues muy buenas a todos, yo soy Jake. Espero estén pasando de maravilla, estamos de nuevo en The Stanley. Vamos a comenzar una partida y vamos a ver qué onda ahora. Para ir a diferentes opciones, ver qué onda y ver si podemos cambiar todo eso. Ok, otra vez nos van a contar la historia, entonces vamos a cambiarla. Sí, ya sabemos todo. Ok, brincar. Creo que no puedo. Cliquear cosas. Tampoco. Solamente así. Pero no hay como que podamos agarrar algo. No. Vamos a explorar.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Ok, sí, ya sabemos eso.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Vamos a explorar un poco más, vamos a ver si hay algo. Porque es en computadoras. Ok, ahí se ve algo, otra abierta. Y eso se ve como un rastro de algo. Entonces puede ser que en algún momento podamos abrir una. Sí, miren, ahí hay más puertas abiertas, entonces podríamos pasar a alguna. ¿Qué hice? Yo odio los lunes. Esperen. Se ve bien. Se ve como una foto. O sea, una foto en lugar de una pintura, como si fuera una foto. Vamos a seguir. Aquí. Ok, más paisajes. Les gustan los paisajes o cosas verdes.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Ok, vamos a entrar a la derecha.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Pues sí. El mar. Hay cosas tiradas, como que hubo algo, porque hay muchas cosas como tiradas. Vean, aquí hay papeles. Y ahí también se ve que se puede entrar, o sea, hay muchas cosas. Entonces necesitamos una llave o algo.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Pues sí, vamos a apreciar estas hojas, amigos. A ver si podemos hablar como un poquito más, ya que no estamos tomando el camino correcto.
Yes, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
La neta. No podemos tomar nada. ¿Tenemos sed? No, creo que no.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Tal vez amigos me abandonan por andar viendo habitaciones.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
A su izquierda para regresar a los negocios, ok. La primera puerta a la izquierda. Tal vez si aquí le hacemos caso. Ok, puede que sí, pero aquí vamos a hacerle no caso.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Ok, vamos a hacer todo lo que no quiere. Después vamos a hacer una sí, una no o algo así, ¿no? A ver qué tantas diferencias hay. No mientas. Si tú estás mintiendo ahora, para. Ok, tienes que mentir. Oh, esto es nuevo. Aquí para una tarjeta. Tal vez tendríamos que haber agarrado una al principio, pero no podemos ni brincar ni nada, entonces... Dice... No saltes... Ok. Porque te puedes morir. Te cobran $5,000 por saltar. O sea, si saltas, te van a multar con eso.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Oh. ¿A ella? Ok.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Ok, dice que no saltara, ¿no? En una parte. Pero ¿y si salto? Aquí hay una puerta y ahí hay otra que me interesa. Entonces, ¿podríamos caernos?
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
Ok, nos morimos.
Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Gracias. Ok, o sea, sí puedes morir. Yo dije, no, bueno, o sea, puede ser que saltemos y no haya ningún problema. Ok, vamos a seguir otra vez. Vamos a seguir por el mismo camino. Pero ahora ahora vamos a tomar la normal. O sea, no saltar. Pero es que me da curiosidad la puerta que estaba abajo. Sí, ya sé. Quiero llegar hasta donde nos quedamos. Ok, está la habitación hermosa.
This room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No, a la izquierda no. Vamos a ir acá. Otra vez a continuar con lo que habíamos quedado.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
Miren, yo quiero llegar ahí. Allá.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy.
Entonces podamos.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
Ahora.
What?
Bien.
Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Ok, aquí era donde quería ver si había algo. Dice, peligros por todas partes. O peligroso por todas partes. O por donde sea. Ok, de aquí ya no nos está dando ninguna instrucción todavía. Qué extraño. Advertencia, no te pares en este sitio. Ok.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Ok, dijimos que no vamos a hacer lo que él quisiera.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Stanley caminó por la puerta roja. Ok, no quiero caminar por la puerta roja.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Puerta azul.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
Ok, esto se está poniendo un poco más emocionante.
You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me, you've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Una puerta anaranjada ahora.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
A poner un 1.
A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
The Stanley problem. ¿Qué? ¿Una persona terminó en 2 segundos? Ok, a ver. ¿This you? No llevo 7 horas, tú. Son 7 horas, 37 minutos. Y no llevo eso. Yo solamente llevo jugando. ¿Qué? 20, 35 minutos, cuando mucho, como la vez pasada. ¿Por qué? ¿Una rata muerta? Nah, esto es una broma, yo creo. Una persona en 4 segundos. Qué extraño, vamos para acá otra vez.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
No, otra vez.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Vamos a dejarlo. Adiós, bebé.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out, I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
¿Ahora qué? Se enojó. Pero bueno, vamos a ver qué más hay. Minecraft.
Well, Stanley, is this any better? At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough? Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house.
¿Dónde?
This will go here. No, here. And then
No puedo ni brincar.
See, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off, yes, it's complete. I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy. But you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside.
Aquí está su casita.
Make yourself comfortable.
No, no voy a poner. Vamos a cerrar la puerta. Si me quedo más tiempo aquí, ¿qué pasará? Es que llegan, o sea, puso Minecraft aquí. Curioso. Bueno, vamos, porque no tenemos otra opción.
Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything. Yes, yes, yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
Estamos jugando Minecraft. ¿Qué rayo? Es el juego. Y tiene la música de Minecraft. ¿Qué rayos? A ver, ¿hacia dónde debemos ir? Ok, a la cueva. Siempre en las cuevas hay diamantes.
Oh my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
¿Dios es en serio? Ah, no, miren, hay carbón para poder traer. A veces nos sale un creeper y nos explota.
Oh, no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
Otro. ¿Qué rayos? Esto sí no me lo esperaba en este juego. O sea, que nos pusieran en Minecraft. Qué extraño. O sea, dijeron que nos van a poner otro juego.
Yes, I don't even know what this game is, but I love it.
¿Es Portal?
You trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
A ver si puedo agarrar cosas. Cállate. Ajá, es Portal.
Puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte.
Bueno, vamos a ponerlo.
Genius.
Gracias.
No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games, and I highly doubt you're any wiser for the experience. Which is why, rather than continue to waste my time, I'm just going to leave you here. You can pretend you've beaten the game if it makes it any richer for you, but as for me, I've had enough. So, why don't you get cozy in this room, and if you have any grand revolutionary ideas for the perfect video game, you can just sit there and let it ball up inside you for all eternity. I don't need your advice. I don't need your ratings. And I certainly don't need the validation of a man whose job is to push buttons. I think I'll just go about my business, making meaningful cultural contributions to the world. And perhaps every now and then, I'll think back to a man named Stanley who was objectively wrong in every decision he ever made. The thought won't last long. Goodbye, Stanley. Good luck with your work, and I sincerely hope that everyone lives happily ever after.
Creo que solo nos queda saltar por allá porque no podemos regresar. Pero genial, Vamos. ¿Hay más opciones? Ok, aquí está muy oscuro. ¡Ay, Dios! Todo está abierto. Ahora sí no sé qué hacer. Ok, una luz. Es mi escritorio. ¿427? ¿No era de nosotros? Pero... ¿y ahora? O sea... dijo que tal vez era el final del juego, pero... ¿pero cómo sé?
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
¿Va a haber otra cosa? ¿O estaba esperando a que quitara el juego? Ah, no, volvemos a empezar. Pues bueno, amigos, me gustó bastante este episodio. No me esperaba algunas cosas de ahí por no seguir las reglas. Voy a tratar de hacer muchas combinaciones para ver qué más puede haber, porque se ve que hay otros finales. Entonces, bueno, amigos, espero les haya gustado el capítulo de hoy. Yo soy Jack. No olviden like, compartir, suscribirse, si es que les gustó. No olviden comentar qué es lo que más me gusta y bueno, amigos, que estén de maravilla. Adiós.